What's up, everybody? So in this video I want to go over a review of the Ibanez RGEW521 ZC. I don't think they could have added a longer name to this thing, but this is just a rad guitar, dude. So I want to show it to you guys because I just think it's so cool. And yeah, they're about 700 bucks, made in Indonesia. And yeah, let's go over it real quick. So we got a ziricote top. It's actually just a veneer. They call it a top. It's just a really thin veneer, but it's real wood, and every one is unique and different. So that's pretty cool in my mind. Obviously, satin finish. We've got a, I believe it's called Nyatoa, three-piece back on it, and this looks just like mahogany to me. This might as well just be mahogany grown in Indonesia. It's a local wood to there, so they can get it cheap and easy. Extremely resonant. Really light, and yeah, it's a really good body wood. I know it's not like a typical traditional guitar wood or whatever, but dude, this thing is awesome. I love this wood. Really resonant, like it's got a really good tone. It's just so resonant when you play it, the whole body shakes. The neck is roasted maple, and I love this neck. It is so stable, and I love the way it looks. And the neck binding is maple. It's just regular non-roasted maple, which is kind of a cool offset look kind of thing. It's got a ziricote or ziricote or whatever you want to call it, headstock veneer, and a macassar ebony fingerboard. For 700 bucks, you get a lot of like really cool features that you usually find on like you know, boutique guitars and stuff. So that's pretty cool. It looks kind of boutiquey. It's not your typical RG with just painted black or whatever. Yeah, big fat jumbo frets, not quite as big as ESP uses, but still nice and big and fat. And they've got their cool truss rod cover, dude. I love these things. This is so smart. So you just take your pick, and then boom, you can stick a truss rod wrench in there or an Allen key, and you're good to go. And then you just pop it back in. You don't have to mess with the screwdriver and do all that crazy crap that you normally do. It's pretty rad. It came set up really well. I like the action a little lower, so I lowered it. The nut was cut well. The neck was nice and straight. You know, being the roasted maple, it's just so stable. I'm in the desert, so we get some pretty extreme temperatures sometimes really hot and insanely dry. Try to keep the humidity up in here and the temperature down a little bit, but the AC really dries out the air. You know, and in the winter, it gets really cold and sometimes really humid when we have, you know, big rainstorms and stuff. And this neck is just rock solid, man. It doesn't move. So I'm sold on the roasted maple thing. As far as how much it affects the sound, I think the vast majority of the sound is from the pickups, the player, and the amp. So I'm not really going to comment on that, but it's just so stable. And it looks good, too. I like the way it looks. It looks like really well aged and nice and warm. And it's really resonant as well. When you play, you can really feel the wood vibrating. And both the neck and the body on this is just such a resonant, alive guitar, and I love that about it. And I had the zebra wood version, which is pretty much the same. That one had a roasted maple fretboard and a zebra wood top, but the rest of it was all the same, except for the binding. I think the binding was plastic on that one, where on this one it's wood on the neck. But yeah, it was the same thing. Extremely resonant, lightweight, just fantastic guitar. Attention to detail on this is amazing, especially for a $700 guitar. The only little tiny things I could find was there's just a tiny little hair stuck under the finish on the binding right here, and there was one tiny little contaminant on the back. It was so small though that so what, you know what I mean? And the routing, I think the blade they used to route these out was a little bit dull because there's just a little bit of chip out on the pickups and the back cover as well. Those are just tiny little things. Who cares, dude? You know, not a big deal. So the fit and finish on this is just absolutely amazing. The plastic cover on the back looks just ridiculously cheap. I wish I could replace that, and I'll probably eventually just cut a piece of ebony or something to make that look a little better. Output jack feels great. Very solid connection. Pots are a little scratchy, and the taper on them is pretty horrible. The switch is just a cheap plastic thing. It works just fine. No issues. If you use your volume knob a lot, you might get a little frustrated because it just the taper on it it's like this is all the way on, and then halfway it's still about the same level, and then it just disappears, and then you've still got room to go. So for me, I mean, if you play full blast volume and tone all the time, you don't mess with that, it's not going to matter to you. If you like to mess with your volume and tone a lot, I would replace these pots, and I'm definitely going to with some nice CTS pots and a nice blade switch. Other than that, amazing, amazing guitar. I love this thing. Another thing about it is the balance of it. It is so well balanced. Look, I just let go of it. Well, of course it doesn't do it. But I normally play about like this, right? So the neck's up a little bit, and then I let go, and it just stays there. It's amazing. And then on a strap, it's just like perfectly well balanced. So this is the guitar I play when I want to play chunky metal stuff, because the pickups are really good for that. And I also use it when I'm like practicing technique, because it's so comfortable and the neck is so easy to play, and it's all in the right position. You know, my main guitar that is my baby I love the most is my 2019 Les Paul Standard 50s. But the waist is really tight on that, so when you sit with it, it sits lower, and it's really ass heavy, so when you let go of it like this, it just boom, it just pulls up. It's like the opposite of head dive. So you've got to use your fretting hand to hold the guitar in place. It's just not nearly as comfortable as this. And I can't play as fast on it because the neck is so fat. But I love the way it sounds. This one also sounds great, just it's not my thing as much as that one is. So let's check out these pickups a little bit. I'm just using Guitar Rig 5 for sounds. That's what I have. My amp sucks. You probably heard that in my last video. Hopefully this one sounds a little better. We'll go through some distorted sounds, because I think most people are going to buy this for metal, and that's mostly what I play. And then we'll go through some clean sounds too, so I can show you the difference between the different positions on the switch. You know, even though I don't use the 5-way switch thing at all, I'm either in bridge or in neck all the way, I think it's really cool that they added that for versatility for other people. If you wanted to put some clean sounds on a record, or just play clean whatever, the single coil sounds on this are pretty convincing, and they sound pretty good. I mean, it really is. You're just bypassing one of the oh my god, what's the word? Coils. Bypassing one of the coils with the split, so it's pretty cool. So let's check this out. We got some dirty sounds. Let's get some chugging. See, the sustain is really good too. It's not great. It's not like a Les Paul, but it's good. It's really good, especially for like a lightweight bolt-on body. It's still going. Like, it's good. You add some compression to this, you're fine. Plenty of sustain. Here's the neck pickup. Here's the middle. Bridge, neck, so the neck pickup is really just a little fatter version. Like, it sounds like it's almost the same thing as the bridge. So they're really well matched. It's just fatter and thicker and less high end to cut through, which is pretty cool. For like leads, this is bridge right here. So let's see. That's the neck. So they're very similar in voice, like they sound almost the same. So let's check out some clean tones. Of course, everything's gonna sound different, you know, on different players are gonna sound different. It's gonna sound different on different amps and everything. So if you like the way this looks and it sounds like something you like, go try it for yourself. Ibanez is using these pickups on a lot of guitars right now, which is really cool, because the stock like Ibanez branded pickups, I don't like the way they sound at all. So having real Dimarzios is pretty rad. So let's do some clean tones. I'll start with the first position. I don't know how well you can see that in the camera. Am I all the way out? Yeah. First position is bridge, and then like I said, these two split, and then both humbuckers, and then the neck in parallel, and then the neck in series like normal. So what do I want to play? Here's position 2. So it sounds so much better clean because it gets rid of all those lows and it lowers the output and doesn't drive the amp as much. But there obviously is a bit of a volume drop. Here's the middle position with both humbuckers. Here's the 4th position, neck in parallel. That's the one I like the sound of the most for cleans. And here's just the neck humbucker. Now I'll drop the volume on the neck humbucker a little bit and see what that sounds like. I'll go a little higher than that. Fourth position again, neck in parallel. So that's pretty rad. It's actually a useful thing. I don't use it, but other people I'm sure will and do. So that's pretty sick. So I don't think there's much else I could say about this thing. I really, really like it. It's just so comfortable and easy to play. I mean, I've pretty much kissed this thing's ass up to this point, but bridge pickup, here's neck. So it's got that muted. And pitch harmonics are hey, if you guys know how to keep GarageBand from popping up this feedback detected thing every 5 minutes, please let me know. It's driving me absolutely insane. Is it even recording anymore? Pinch harmonics on it are pretty good, but not like, I don't know if it's my setup, my pickup height, or what, but they're not. Not amazing. So that's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. It's the same. It's good. It's not great. It's good. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.